volume, nobody can hear us. You need to make sure you're unmuted on your microphone.
People remote, can you hear me?
We're all muted.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
There we go.
Yep.
Michelle, though, is still muted. Oh, there she is.
I
Okay.
can hear you now. Okay,
Excellent. All right.
yes,
So
I'm here.
we voted to open the public hearing for 13 Prentice Street. May I presume that you also agree?
I agree, yes.
Excellent, thank you. Okay, now that we've got that formality out of the
Sorry
way.
about that.
So is this vacant land right now?
Yes, it's a vacant lot.
Okay, so, and you obviously, you're here to determine whether or not you have to file a notice of intent with the commission.
Correct.
So, I don't know if you've had the pleasure of seeing our meetings online before, and if you haven't, you're forgiven. What we normally do is, in all seriousness, we do make sidewalks, and your situation, I think, is no different. What we would do is we just go to the property, take a look around, and then we would make a decision. That's what I would be comfortable in doing in this particular case. Our next meeting is going to be on September 14th. So would it be agreeable to you for us to go there, take a look around, and can we continue the public hearing until September 14th?
Yes, but I guess my question is why, what are we looking around for? I mean, all we want to do is build a single-family house and take down a couple of trees. Why do we have to wait another 2 weeks so
Well-
that we can even file for a permit?
Well, sir, why did you file with us in the first place?
Because I was told I had to in order to get a building permit
Okay, by
from the
whom?
building department.
Okay. So,
So that's-
to answer your question, sir, and respectfully,
Okay.
by filing this request for determination, we presume, and I have no knowledge of any conversations you had with the building department, but I'm assuming that there is a question, or maybe a question of there being wetlands or a wetland area that may be within our jurisdiction. That is what triggers, or that's why a request for determination of applicability is filed, so that we go there, we take a look around, and we see if there are wetlands or other areas within our jurisdiction that would then trigger our jurisdiction and require you to file a notice of intent. So that's the answer to your question.
Okay, thank
Okay.
you.
And we're a volunteer board, and unfortunately, it's going to be, I guess, what, 3 weeks between now and the next meeting? But, you know, we'll get out there, we'll take a look around, and then we'll be able to make a determination.
Okay,
Okay.
great. So do we have to come back on the 14th to get, or how do we find out about your notification?
Well,
Can we be there when you walk the land? I'd like to be present.
sure. So, in fact, before the meeting started, I wanted to see if anyone was available this weekend. I mean, I know I can make it. I'm not sure other members can be available. Next weekend is Labor Day weekend, so that's not really doable for anyone, really. So the following weekend would be the weekend of what? The 10th. So I can make it out there this weekend. Our next meeting is not going to be until the 14th. So, you know, you can be there, obviously. You don't have to be there. Unless your property's posted with no trespassing signs, then I wouldn't go on the property. But I can meet you at the property, your convenience, just to take a look, walk around.
You name the time, day, I'll be anytime.
Okay. I would prefer the members actually to be able to go, since
Yep.
it's not just my perspective. So I was going to suggest September 10th.
Yeah, definitely. I can
Okay,
definitely make
at 9 o'clock.
September 10th, 9 a.m.
Do you have any other questions about the process?
No, I'm all set right now.
Okay. So, and we have your permission to continue this matter to our meeting on September 14th?
Correct.
Okay. Is there a motion then to continue the public hearing to September 14th?
it. So moved.
Is there a second?
Second?
Is there any
You
discussion?
need the receipts for the,
Yes, please, you can give me the Keith.
I'll take those, thank you.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 you got a question?
No, I'm just
Aye.
those. Do we
All right,
keep,
it's a vote.
do we keep any of those copies? Any of the green copy or the white copy?
No, you just have to prove to us that you notified
That's-
a butter,
you
so
keep
it'll
them
go
all.
in your file.
This is all new, so.
We'll have it on record. If you ever needed a copy, you could get one from us.
Okay.
And what time would that be, Keith?
It'll be 7 p.m.
All right, terrific.
Sorry.
All right.
See you
Thank you.
September 10th.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
You're welcome. The next item on our agenda is the 7:05 public hearing. Paul Graham, a request for determination of applicability to remove a tree approximately 25 feet from Dark Brook Reservoir at 173 Leicester Street. Is there a motion open?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 It's a vote. Would you be Mr. Graham?
I am.
Hello, Mr. Graham. You want to take down a tree?
We do.
Okay. And
Well,
I
we
saw-
didn't, but.
Okay, but you'd like to.
Yeah.
And it appears from the pictures I saw that that tree is not doing particularly well.
No.
Okay. How long has it been, is it diseased or is it just?
It's full of ants.
Okay. All right.
I actually had some tree companies come out, try to take the dead limbs off, make it safe, but
Uh-huh.
they said the base is rotting.
Okay. So have you actually talked to someone about taking the tree down?
Yeah, we have an appointment for someone to take it down.
Okay, and do you know how they're gonna do it? They're gonna do it from the top down? They're not just gonna cut it at the base, right, and go timber into Dartbrook, are they?
Oh, no, they're taking all the wood up, everything with them, and we're not grinding the stump or doing any excavation. We're
Okay.
just trying to cut it flush.
All right, so you'll leave it or cut it as close to the ground as possible.
That's the idea, yeah.
Okay. I don't have any questions, sir. Tom, do you have any questions?
No, I'm looking at the location, it's right on that, right where Bryn Mawr and Leicester Street are, that house right there, so.
Yeah.
I'm sure if anyone's driving by, they'd be able to see it.
Okay.
Can't get away with very much at my house.
No, it's right there.
Okay. I mean, I don't think we need to take a view, do you?
No, you can see, it's, yeah, ant damage and.
Okay. I mean, again, I think it's a pretty straightforward project. You've enclosed pictures. I don't have any questions. Michelle, do you have any questions?
I do not.
Okay. So, having said that, is there a motion to close?
I make a motion, we close the public hearing?
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
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 All right, it's a vote. All right, Mr. Graham, we will render a decision this evening and you'll hear from us.
Perfect. So I know the tree company won't cut it unless I get something ready from you guys, so.
Right.
All right.
Okay. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you. No problem.
All right. The next matter is 710 public hearing, Brendan Greeley, a notice of intent for 4 Washington Street. Is there a motion open?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
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 All right, it's a vote. Is it anyone here on behalf of Brendan Greeley?
Chris Thomas with BSC Group.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, good evening.
So, as you know, we have been to the property, and I know you revised your plan, which we have a copy of. I don't have any other questions. I think you've addressed all the issues that were previously raised. And that's...
Yes, and yeah, I was told that the August 3rd revision made it into the packet.
I believe it did. Yes, I have it. I have the site plan right here. So I think you're all set.
Yep. So that includes the addition of the oil water separator
Right?
in the garage
Have you seen?
and changing the catch basin to the dry well
Gotcha.
and taking it off of the sewer line.
Okay. Any questions? Okay, any questions from the public? All right, in that case, is there a motion to close?
Is there anyone on, excuse me, Michael, is there anyone on remote? There's still a guest on there, I'm not sure who it is.
Okay.
if it's someone-
Will the person identified as guest please identify themselves?
Okay.
Apparently not. Is there anyone joining us online that has any questions or comments about 4 Washington Street in Auburn? There being none, is there a motion to close?
Thank you.
Make a motion to close public hearing?
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
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 All right, it's a vote. All right, thank you, sir. We will, with any luck, render a decision this evening.
Great. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Good night.
Sorry about that, I didn't know if it was
No,
the
it's fine.
sewer superintendent.
No worries at all. The 7:15 public hearing, that's Mirror Company and notice of intent for 3 Commerce Drive, lot number 2. has requested that the matter be continued to our meeting on September 14th. Is there a motion to continue?
Make a motion, we continue the public hearing to the 14th of September,
7:05?
7:05.
Keith?
Yes.
Okay. Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
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 All right, it's a vote. And then we actually have a few minutes before our 7:20 public hearing. So regarding other business, I'm going to jump ahead. We actually had gone out to 4 Jacobs Way, and also, I don't think did we go to 259 Prospect Street? Tom? Or did that just come in?
59 Prospect.
I know we
Don't
went to
remember.
4 Jacobs Way.
No, we didn't go up there. Unless it's one, was it the one that we went up there one time and it wasn't just for that
That was,
townhouse, it was for the whole project?
that was not on last meeting.
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
It wasn't.
4 Jacobs Way, we went to. We went in the back, of course, that, I think we had issued an order of conditions back in, what, 1999
Yeah,
or something?
way back.
So Tom and I went out a couple weeks ago. What we saw complied with what was proposed back in the day. And so is there a motion to issue the certificate of compliance for 4 Jacobs Way?
So moved?
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
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 All right, it's a vote. Okay, I still have a minute or two, 2 minutes. So we got some pictures or images for Lundgren Honda. And Tom, I think you and I had gone up there. I still think I'd like to take a look, if you don't mind. Because I think they were supposed to reestablish the rain garden. What I see isn't basically a cleared area, so I don't know that the rain garden has necessarily been reestablished, so
Sure.
I think we need to go back up there and take another look.
Yep.
Okay, so we can do that, I guess, on September 10th. And then we owe a visit to Mr. Mohammed at 23 Brook Street. We do have images. It appears his yard has been
Hydroseeded.
stabilized and hydroseeded, but we should take a look anyway, so we can also do that, I think, on September 10th. And then, because we just got in the request for a certificate, the certificate of compliance request for 259 Prospect, we can add that to our agenda for September 10th, or our visit list for September 10th. All right? I'm still showing a minute.
The board wants to act on the first,
Sure, actually,
7:05.
So,
yes. Michelle, you had something to say?
yeah, so the pictures that I got, that has to be a reestablished rain garden in Lundgren?
Well, they're supposed to reestablish the rain garden. I'm looking at these
Okay.
pictures and it doesn't look reestablished to me.
Okay,
What happened is that when we had gone out there, it was overgrown with vegetation. And so they were going to reestablish the rain garden. I see a cleared area, but no rain garden, so I think we need to have a further discussion about that.
okay.
Through the chair, Mr. Lundgren did reach out to the office. I expect he'll reach out tomorrow or the next day, so we'll let him know what the commission's looking for.
Okay.
Perhaps they can get that work started at least before your site visit.
That's a good idea. Okay,
I
perfect.
can jump into, this is Brian from Metro West Engineering,
Hi.
the engineer who prepared the certificate of compliance and the as-built plan. So just here trying to kind of get myself up to speed. We had sent some photos along. I know the work was done to clear the vegetation out of the rain garden, but I think the contractor did the work was a little bit leery to plant in the drought. I think, basically it'll be reestablished with some vegetation, probably later on, probably September, October, when we've actually got some more favorable conditions just for the hydro seed or plantings to be in a position to survive.
So, Mr. Nelson, why don't we do this? Why don't we just generally continue your request for the certificate of compliance to maybe late September, or maybe even October?
Okay. Were there any other outstanding issues? I just wanted to just make sure when we do come back, we can get it all wrapped up.
No, the road had to be, there was some sand in the road that was gonna be swept. And really, it was the only issue was the rain garden being overgrown and
Okay.
the need to reestablish it. So, What we'll do is that maybe we'll wait to hear from you, and when you
Yeah, that works.
when you're ready to, once and you're absolutely right. I mean, it would be foolish to try to plan something now, given the current conditions. So yeah, when you think you're going to be ready, or you actually have been able to do the work because we've had increased precipitation, then we can put it back on our agenda.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, thank you, sir.
Have a great night. Thank you.
You too. All right, the next matter on our agenda is the 7/20 public hearing. James Maria Leslie, request for determination of applicability for property at 388 Rochdale Road and replacement of an existing septic system. Is there a motion open?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
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 All right, it's a vote. Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm doing very well.
Good. So we saw you a couple weeks ago.
Yep. Jared Savory, Toper Land Survey.
Terrific. And so we saw where the existing system, or where the new system rather, was going to be
Right.
put in was well away from, I suppose it was technically within 100 feet of the wetland, but the wetland was well located well in the back of the property. So, and I think given the nature of the work, my sense was that there would be no encroachment. Are you calling for the installation of a silt fence or hay bales?
I believe we are. Limit of work. I don't see it up there.
Make that small.
Yeah, we usually specify the limit of work and the silt fence both together.
I mean, I think the limit of work is still well outside of the wetland, but I think
Yeah.
rather safe, to be safe than sorry, it makes sense, I think, to put in
Oh.
erosion control measures.
There is proposed ECB.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah.
Coming off the corner of the house, Michael.
All right.
Up here.
Got
And
it.
it's following with the limit of work.
All right. Very good.
We
Okay.
we did receive comments from the Board of Health on this also.
Okay.
Just subtle, minor things. That doesn't affect the location or tells us to move it or anything like that.
Right. How long is it going to take to install the new system?
It usually takes, let's say, about a month and a half.
It takes that long?
Let's err on the side of caution.
Okay.
Probably about a month or less, but,
And what does the homeowner do while the system is being installed?
Good question. I know that the homeowner, that is it's a question I can't answer, honestly, right now.
Okay. All right. I mean,
Yeah.
it doesn't affect our decision, but it just strikes me that that might be very uncomfortable.
Yeah. I do agree.
The old tank, put the new tank in, and with the old tank, put the new tank in, and without the outlet, and then monitor the level in the tank. If it needs pumping, they'll pump it, and then
They install the
they
rest of
install
it.
the field, and then make the connection at
Okay.
that point.
I'm sure this has
Thank you.
come up before, so. All right, I have no other questions. Tom, any questions?
Nope.
Patrick?
Nope.
Michelle, any questions?
Nope.
Okay. I like that. Is there a motion to close then?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. All right, it's a vote. All right, thank you for coming in,
All right.
and we should be making a decision this evening.
Okay,
Appreciate it, thank you.
pleasure. Thank you.
The next item on our agenda is the 7/25 public hearing. Logan Huffman, a notice of intent for road improvements to Washington Street 120. We have received a request to continue that public hearing to 9/14. Is there a motion
Make a motion, we continue public hearing to 9:14.
to 7:10?
7:10.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
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 All right, it's a vote. We just have to wait a couple minutes for the 7:30 public hearing.
you want to vote on some of the other stuff?
We can.
Yeah,
Boy, that's
there we go.
brilliant.
Here we go.
Okay,
Wow.
Wow.
not to rush anybody.
No, yeah, sure, all right. I can, never mind, I'll talk to you later. All right, for Mr. Graham, the request for determination of applicability, is there a motion?
I make a motion that we issue a negative determination.
Okay, is there a second?
I will second that.
Is there any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 All right, it's a vote. And then let's jump to the 720, request for determination of applicability for 388 Rochdale Road. Is there a motion?
Make a motion to make a negative determination for the replacement of the septic tank.
Okay,
88 Rochdale Road.
gotcha.
I'll second that.
All right, is there any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye,
Aye.
it's a vote. Okay. So my thought is that we do the 7:30 public hearing and then we can vote on the notice of intent for Washington Street, if that's agreeable to everyone. So, we have 2 minutes. So, the issue this week came up about water use and people taking water out of our ponds. And we had that issue on the board
When that first came on,
4 or 5 years ago, or was it longer than
it
that?
was longer than that.
Yeah, time
6 or
flies.
7.
They were,
Yeah,
one of the companies was just pulling up and.
they were taking too much
Yeah,
water.
we were like,
Company.
nope,
Yeah,
we
that's
you
right.
wanted me to
Oh, yeah.
use a hydrant, whatever.
And so
Hydrants under
is there any way to monitor
Yeah,
what
right.
people take out of our ponds? Because especially when, conditions like these where water really is at a premium, And if there isn't, and there may not be, it would make sense to try to develop some criteria, I think.
I think that we established the last time around that it was just neighbors actually calling saying, hey, these people are actually taking the water out of the ponds. I think it was just actually being called in by neighbors. That's it.
I think you're right, and that's all well and good, but, if the neighbors aren't around, or if the water is being taken from an area that is isolated, then we've got a problem.
Yeah, I'm with you.
So, I don't know if anyone else has complained about it, but it strikes me, it's something that, and I don't know, frankly, if there's any guidance from DEP on this,
I believe there's a threshold that requires a permit to take.
but it's voluntary compliance, right?
Yeah.
So
like
that, therein
anything
lies the
else.
problem. So I don't know, maybe we can get some guidance from them. I suppose if you had drones overhead, you could monitor it that way, but that, opens up a whole can of worms on a whole bunch of other issues. So, I don't know, maybe I can contact DEP and I'll see if they have any suggestions, Because I'm sure it's not just an issue affecting us, of course. All right. So, the last item, public hearing for our agenda for this evening is Herb Chambers Hyundai of Auburn, a request for determination of applicability for 735 Southbridge Street and the installation of a new overhead electric service and utility pole. Is there a motion open?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second?
Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 It's a vote. Mr. Newhall, are you here for that?
Yes, I am. How you doing tonight?
Doing well, how are you?
Good. Dave Newhall from Crocker Design Group for the record here on behalf of Herb Chambers. Last hearing, I kind of gave an overview of the project, looking to put in a new utility pole, overhead service from the existing pole at the road, and then an underground electric service to a new transformer up against the existing Hyundai dealership.
Right.
And you guys were going out to do your site walk, and
We did.
and we continued for that reason.
Exactly.
So I guess I'll turn it over to you guys for any comments, questions.
We did go out there and we found where you want to put in the pole. And I guess my question is, how deep do you dig to put that pole in?
I'm not entirely sure
Okay,
exactly how deep they go.
all right. And do you propose to put in erosion control measures around the area where you're gonna put the pole in?
Yeah, we have down gradient a continuous silt sock, but we can certainly put in an extra set to be right around the where the utility pole is going in. That's not a problem at all.
And how long would it take the actual construction or installation of the pole? Is that like a one-day job? 1 to 2 days?
Yeah, that would be a 1-day job.
Okay. All right. I have no other questions. Tom?
Nope, no questions here.
Patrick?
Nope.
Michelle, any questions?
I still think it's so odd. Who determines how this line runs? Like how,
National
like the underground line runs? Was it you guys or was it the electric company themselves?
We got that from the electric company themselves.
Okay, all right. That was just a curiosity question, really, at the end of the day. It wasn't
No.
had any other bearing other than that. Okay.
Now, is the pole right on Southbridge Street, is that coming down or is that gonna remain in place?
That was going to remain in place.
Okay, all right. I have no other questions. Is there a motion to close?
Make a motion to close the public hearing?
Is there a second?
Second?
Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
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 Bye.
All right, it's a vote. All right, Mr. Newhall, I believe we'll be making a decision this evening. Thank you for joining us.
Awesome. Thank you. Have a great night.
Thanks, Joe. Okay. And before we tackle the notice or the order of conditions for the notice of intent, is there a motion for Herb Chambers Hyundai?
Make a motion, we issue a negative determination?
Okay, is there a second?
Second?
Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
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 Bye.
All right, it's a vote. Okay, and last but not least, for Washington Street, is there a motion?
Make a motion that we issue a standard order plus the following special conditions.
Okay,
1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 9, 11, and 13.
okay, so standard order plus 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 11, and 13. Is there a second?
Believe.
This one?
9, this
Yeah,
9.
9.
Oh, I'm sorry, and number 9. Apologies. I'll restate it. 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 9, 11, and 13. Is there a second?
Second?
I'll second.
Nice try. Too slow. Okay, is there any discussion? There being none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Bye.
All right, it's a vote. And do we have any other business?
I think we cleared it.
We're all set.
All right, in that case, is there a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion, we adjourn?
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Yeah, I figured you would. I figured you would. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Bye.
All right, it's a vote. All right, everyone, thank you very much. So we will do sidewalks on September 10th, and we will meet again on September 14th. Enjoy your Labor Day holiday, and we're out.